What is the man's responsibility in the relationship?
For me, it's to protect the woman. Say married couple, protect the wife. If you have kids.
We're not going over marriage yet. That's next.
Oh.
Relationship.
Even relationship, you protect your girlfriend.
Okay. In what way?
Just like when you're courting your girlfriend or the girl, you send them home.
The standard
Protect,
can be
physically
different.
protect. We are not very good in emotional protection because we don't talk. So when you have a fight, in the Philippines, when you have a fight, and the girl does not, normally the girl will not talk. You're supposed to.
Isn't that a difference?
Yeah, will not talk. They will say, "Don't talk to me," but in their head they want you to talk to them, and then they want you to like, whoa, come, let's.
They want to chase.
Yeah, like.
It's called a tempo, which is what they have over there, and the tempo could last an hour. It could last a week.
It depends.
And it could be for something as simple as not noticing that they got their hair cut. With some girls. Yeah. Not with this one.
No. So yeah, emotional protection is not.
So just physical protection.
Physical protection, and also, you need to keep the relationship going.
You're talking about like planning dates?
Something like that.
Is the guy expected to pay for the dates?
Me? If I have money, I will pay. I actually did back then. Like, if my parents are watching this, I had a part-time job when I was studying as well. So I had a part-time job. He was a full-time student, and I paid for when we went out, I paid for our food. I think I actually paid for our very first date.
Wow.
Yeah. And
you guys know what I'm talking about.
Like, I feel shy. If I have money, like, I will say, well, I'll pay for this one, or like we can go half, or if you pay for this, if you pay for our dinner, I'll pay for the dessert because we love to eat or something like that.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Do the responsibilities change when it comes to marriage?
When it comes to marriage, no, you still have to protect your wife all the time.
Are there any additional responsibilities?
Yes, because once you're married, you have to put your wife first before parents. Sadly, but yeah, that goes the same way for the woman. Once you're married, like, husband first.
Yeah, mosquito's been joining me in this interview.
And also Sora's fur.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, like you prioritize your wife or your husband.
How do kids fall into that?
So far, like what I've heard is, once they have a kid, both mom and dad think about the baby first. Mom and dad,
We could touch back on that once we have our
We're
child.
working on it.
What level of communication do you expect in a relationship or marriage?
Level of communication?
What level of communication do you expect?
What is this? Level of communication? What is this? What is the level of communication?
Are you expecting to have all day conversations, kind of like whenever you first started dating? Or how open are the communications, etc.?
Now that I'm married, now, like,
what is your expectation?
What is my expectation? Wait, like, because I am a little bit educated now in terms of the educate communication, but I expect to talk to my husband every day, of course.
Right. About what?
About my day, because that's how I was raised as well.
That's what they want to hear about.
Yeah, because my parents, once we get home from it's either school, work, they will say, "Anak, kamusta?" Like, "How are you?" Like that. Always. That's always.
Well, we say ask how people are too here.
Will not like, "Hey, how are you?" No, not
But that's just our way of saying hello. We don't want
to
to
hear.
hear.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how my parents are like. "Oh, anak, and how was your, like, today? How was your first day of your job?" Kind of like what we did. They asked me too, like, "How was it?" Things like that. Like they actually like check on you, or like what happened, or yeah.
Okay. Well, I can kind of give an example here. Should a guy come to you with all of his problems? Should you be able to do that with him?
All of his problems, his personal. This is my as a husband.
Could I come to you with all of my problems as your husband?
All
I
of
got
the
a
problems.
hangnail. I'm really irritated about my hangnail.
Um,
Or I'm depressed because of this. What should be kept to myself, and what can I talk to you about?
sometimes, even as like simple problem, if you tell it to me, and I was like, "Ah, okay, fine," but I will feel accomplished, or I'll feel good after solving it with him, even if it's small. But sometimes it's like I can't find my this and that, like, oh, jeez, like, can't find my, like you use this, not this. Like, that's one thing that I not irritated, but like, here we go again.
She set up the house in her own way, though. That's the big difference.
Yeah.
And then she'll randomly rearrange things.
So if like asking, but like if the nail or there's a spider, I will feel, oh yeah, I will do it for you. That's a small thing for me, huh?
Right.
But I feel like, oh, I'm doing it for you because you don't like it.
What about like drama between friends?
I will want to hear it.
Okay? Family drama.
I will want to hear it, but I might keep my mouth shut. Yeah.
Or things that affect me personally on a deeply emotional level.
Well, of course, it's good to hear it because now that you're married, you're one. But there are times that you cannot do anything other than listening. I think.
Now I'm going to ask you something that's not even on here because I'm genuinely curious. What percentage of my problems do you think I come to you with?
Well, I don't know how many problems you have, to be honest.
That's why I want you to.
Maybe 15%.
Maybe 50?
15.
If that. It would be probably significantly less than that.
Yeah, because it's the other way around. I go to him because I'm the one. I don't know. It's more of where to find things, or there's a spider there because he hates spider.
I do.
But other than that, I'm the one who go to him to solve problems. Even with like what to wear for my.
So what percentage of your problems do you come to me with?
Oh, what, like almost 100%, I think. Sorry.
It's okay. I think that's the natural order of things, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think I tell him almost all of my problems. Sometimes I solve it myself, but I will still tell them.
Men here in the West are typically raised in a way to where the more problems that they express means that they're less capable of solving problems, which makes them less capable as a man.
I see.
And that could be related to anything. Like the door handle broke. If I'm complaining about the door handle breaking, that is me being whiny. Reality is, I need to take myself to the hardware store, get a new door handle, and just put it on. There should not need to be any communication about it. That's how a lot of guys here in the United States are raised. Just, you find a problem, you find a solution, you take care of it.
Right. But it depends on.
But sometimes we reach our kind of frustration level to where it might be a small thing,
Right.
but it just irritates us, and we're just like wanting to vent it out. And then a lot of times it's just, I needed to say it, now I'll go take care of it.
Right. So that's what I was about to say, is that depends on how much you can tolerate, like hold it, and then like, oh, okay.
Like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yes.
Like, I may have dealt with 300 different problems today, but the one that threw me over it was, I can't find the nail clippers or something.
Well, I know it's very.
So it's just like, I've dealt with 300 problems today. Here's one small simple task for you to deal with for me, please. That's what's kind of going on in the head, but it's not that she isn't aware of the problems that I'm resolving throughout the day. And in my opinion, that's part of my responsibility as a man in order to protect her. I shield her from a lot of the problems of daily life so that she can have a happier existence. But anyways.
Thank you. But hold on, the nail clipper example is real, by the way.
It is. Okay. So what love languages do you hope a man has? Let's say before we met each other, what ones do you think that you are best able to fulfill yourself? What love languages are easiest for you to...
love language?
Yes, love language.
Okay.
What love languages do you hope a man has, because those are easiest for you to fulfill?
Quality time.
Why are you whispering?
Quality time. That's loud. Quality time, because that's mine too. And act of service, because I don't mind doing something.
Okay, so those
Quality
are the
time.
quality time first and foremost, and then acts of service. Okay.
Physical touch is like.
There's only 5.
Correct. Hold on. But okay, yeah.
What are your love languages?
My number 1 is quality time and physical touch. I'm pretty sure my last is. Hold on. Acts of affirmation is probably. Words of acts of double.
Words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch.
My receiving gift is last. That I know. But the 2, 3, 4, I don't.
I want you to look at the camera and tell them what your least.
Yeah, my least is gifts of what? Receiving gifts. Yeah.
So, she's not materialistic.
No.
She is super happy to just receive this. No jewelry, none of that. She doesn't want any of it.
My wedding ring.
And I had to fight her to give her a wedding ring because I wanted to protect her.
Yeah.
To fend off some of the guys here in the West.
Yes.
And we could have another video about that. Anyways, what did you do to try to catch attention from men back when you were single? What efforts did you go through in order to try to get a man to pay attention to you or even look your way?
I can't say act cute because that's so weird, but I don't know if I actually did act cute. But I tried to act smart.
Like smart?
Like intelligent. Yeah. Like somebody who is studious. And like, cause I like drawing, so that's how, like, oh look, I drew this one, or I doodled my name. Yeah. Or sometimes, yeah.
So you didn't really dress up, or get any special creams or
Mm,
products?
no, because when you're like young, no, not really. No, even when.
She isn't thinking of everything from a Western perspective here.
Or well, we used soap. Huh? We used whitening soap.
Now explain that.
Yeah, for most Filipinas, and Filipinos too, like the guys, we like all the whitening products because that's what we think is
What is the goal?
to like have fair complexion. I don't know. I might be darker than this when we first met. We can flash some pictures somewhere. But
Back when you were using filters a lot more too.
yeah, but yeah, it's very common to use whitening soap and
Whitening filters on your pictures.
yeah, yes. And what other things did I do?
Makeup,
Makeup. I didn't really start using
nicer
makeup.
clothes, or
See, makeup. I had to buy makeup for our wedding. I didn't have my great aunt sent me makeup for as a graduation gift for college. That's when I had the makeup set. But back then, powder is enough. Powder, if you want, I learned putting eyebrows when I was in college. Learned putting I don't normally put eyeliner, but I learned it from college when I was in college as well. I didn't but of course there are other girls who are like they mature earlier.
what have you learned about the differences in standards of beauty between the East and the West?
My color is not an issue here. Like you don't need to be like
Like me.
yeah, white. That's why I don't use whitening products.
Talk to them.
I don't use whitening products. But I want to have like a glowing skin though. But doesn't necessarily mean that I want to become super pale. No.
Like me.
Yeah. No. My nose is perfectly fine. I have a very strong nose. And I don't like I don't need to like pack makeup like
Okay.
1 inch foundation, you know.
Well, a lot of Western girls think that that's necessary. That's
work.
really dependent on the guy, though. Some guys appreciate the makeup, and some guys prefer a more natural look. So it typically falls to what the girl wants for herself. In
Right.
reality, because the guys were like, I would rather personally see what I would wake up next to rather than a trap. Like some girl that is gorgeous with makeup on, but when she takes the makeup off, she just looks like some sort of mythological monster.
Is that okay to say?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So there's something else that I'm waiting on you to hit on that like men in the West would notice very quickly in the Philippines.
Oh, if you're happy, is that what it is?
No.
If you smile?
Well, yes, well, notice that, but Filipinos tend to be smiling very often as compared to those of us in the West. But it's right about the smile.
Did I do that? Mustache. In the Philippines, we don't really, girls, don't really shave their mustache.
And based on Western perceptions, the mustache on Filipinos tends to be quite pronounced, especially if they have more fair skin.
Yeah.
And that kind of will throw guys off because it's very masculine. And then, of course, a lot of guys here prefer like less body hair as well.
Right.
May it be arm hair, leg hair.
Mhm.
Most typically, it's going to be predominantly legs.
Leg hair.
What do you think men find attractive about you?
Me? Oh,
That's what I said. You.
me? Oh, men
Who else
here.
are-
Hold
someone
on,
else
hold
here?
on, hold on. Men here. That's
What
an
do you think
Irish.
that men find attractive about you?
Hold on, honey. Here in the U.S.
In general. Whatever you want to perceive it as. That's what I keep telling you.
Well, in the Philippines, I am like, I'm so. So I cannot really say.
Average.
Yeah, I'm average, so I cannot really say what they find me attractive. Maybe if they get
Or in our slang, a plain Jane.
Jane, maybe creative and studious.
Okay.
Not something I don't.
And then in the West.
In the West, they think I'm pretty. I don't know why. They said
She got very clean very quickly. Very happy. Whatever she's thinking about all the guys flirting with her here.
Flirting with him.
Even if she's wearing a wedding ring.
Yeah. No, this what I got most was you have pretty smile.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the only one. I don't know the other guys, but you're the only one who said I have pretty eyes. And I believe it because he said it.
Okay.
He said I'm his Anne Hathaway. Yes.
What do you bring to a relationship?
As a married couple, I serve my husband.
Elaborate.
Serve him. Like I cook our meals. I also work. Cook meals. I clean the house. I do the laundry.
Not by hand.
Not by hand.
Same with the dishes. We have a dishwasher.
Yeah, the dishwasher. It's I feel it. I feel the dishwasher. It might be him or me to start, and then he will put away the dishes. But I clean the pots and pans because we don't wash them in the dishwasher. I clean the house. When I first got here, I cleaned the house almost every day. But when I started working, I clean the house when I think it's super super dirty, or like when I feel like it.
Ow.
Sorry, what?
You're pinching.
Oh, am I pinching? Or maybe it went inside the. There's nothing happening down here.
Pinching my elbow.
Because his elbow is very soft and
Okay.
stretchy. Anyway, and I love him. So, is that something I bring to the relationship?
Your heart, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
It's just whatever you feel that you bring.
And I think I bring happiness to him. I think. Am I angry? No, I'm not angry. I bring happiness.
Okay.
That's what I bring.
What are your red flags / negative qualities?
I tend to panic when I am facing a new problem or something that I have never encountered before. I tend to panic. I am not a very good driver. Is that a red flag?
Not really. Guys kind of expect that here in the United States. Don't cancel me. I'm sorry. Not really. Some of y'all are crazy, but I mean, that goes for both genders. But
Yes. What are my other red flags? My voice is so loud. I am very introvert. That's one of my negative qualities, I should say. Yeah. Very introvert. I can be friendly, but there are times too when I cannot initiate conversation. I don't want to initiate conversation, and that's how you gain friends. I don't like exploring that much in terms of food or
I know you like exploring places,
places. Yes, food.
like natural places, not necessarily new restaurants.
Yeah, we order almost the same. I changed, it was like a few times, like I wanted chicken nuggets instead of burger. I know y'all might be feeling hungry right now, but now I don't like nuggets again. So something like that. I don't like constant changes, I should say, or like trying new
Okay.
things. But yeah, exploring is good
Okay. What makes you marriage material?
because I am committed to the relationship. I'm very caring. Well, I'm a nurse, so I'm caring. I don't cheat.
That would be committed.
Yes, double double now. That very very committed. I can cook, but that's after I got married. Is I can cook.
What made you know that you were ready for marriage?
Ah, that's easier. That I finished school and
So you're college educated.
yeah, and a professional as well, which is like what my parents say is like you before you get married, make sure that you um finish your school and you have stable job.
Okay. Finishing school, a lot of times here in the West, can just mean
High school.
finishing high school.
It's different in the Philippines because
Well, we're crossing the country boundaries here, so we have
yeah.
to be a little bit more
Yeah,
elaborate.
in the Philippines, if you are high school graduate, you have limited opportunities. Most of the time, or yeah, like if you apply for a job, they will require you to at least have like units from college. So yeah, but
Even at 7-Eleven,
yes,
that's like our entry level job here.
yeah,
That's
why
what
it's
like
very different.
16-year-olds do for work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That and McDonald's, those are like the lowest level of job here in the United States.
yeah, high school students or you can do those jobs here, but in the Philippines, no. Maybe you can do that during summer vacation, like a part-time job, but that's only if they offer it. You cannot really.
Yeah, they're just kind of like Passover jobs here in the United States, so that you gain some work experience before you move on to a bigger and better thing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so
you're college educated, you're committed to relationship. What else you got? Knowing that you're ready for marriage.
that I am in the right age. Right age.
And that you're marriage material. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just right age, college educated,
and I think that I found the right person.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will move on. What is your responsibility in a relationship? You remember what you said my responsibility was?
To protect me.
Mm-hmm. What is your responsibility?
To make him happy.
Okay, so my responsibility is to protect you, and your responsibility is to make me happy.
Yes.
So it's not my responsibility to make you happy.
Well, good food, good mood. I know many people say happy wife, happy life, but I think it goes both ways. So, if you make your husband happy, you will be happy too. Same goes, like if you make your wife happy, you will be happy too. Yeah.
Do you have any other responsibilities?
Yes, to keep the house well maintained. Other than the maintenance, like fixing stuff, I want to my responsibility is to make it presentable. And
that is the perfect word for it.
Yeah.
How have your past relationships altered your life? What lessons have you learned? What mistakes have you made? And what personal improvements have you made?
If you just broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, believe me, that time will come that you will just laugh because you are crying right now. Can you rephrase that? Like, I'm crying right now, but in the future you will laugh that you are, when you remember that you cried over
I
this
think that's good
person.
enough.
Yes, that's something that I learned from my mom. My mom. And um
Not about her mom's relationship.
no. When I was experiencing that from past relationship, if you have the hunch, it probably is true. Yeah, or if you like saw something, for example, a picture, or if your boyfriend right now has another Facebook account that you are blocked or you're not friends with, girl, girl, there's probably a miracle going on over there, and that you also need to know them personally.
And what personal improvements did you make?
Personal improvements after the breakup?
Yeah. From your past relationships, what did you learn? What cultivated you to make any sort of personal improvements? What sort of accountability did you take for the failures of those relationships?
Um, like try to learn about the person before investing feelings. I don't like that. I don't know what I learned from them.
Okay,
Useless. Like I think I like I did not change it for them. I changed it. I did it for myself. Like
That's what I'm saying.
I like straightened my hair, like had a hair treatment. I think that's what I did, and did better at school.
So you went down and then you found new confidence by adjusting the way that you looked or things like that. The way
But
your stride, so to speak, but
yeah,
not necessarily your temperament.
not for them. Like it's like, oh, I want to do something different. Not this is not motivated by the breakup. That maybe like I want to focus my. I want to be a new me after the breakup.
And how has your current relationship altered your life?
Oh, like a very like big time. Because
Well, talk to them and tell them all the ways.
when because first of all I have to move to the other part of the world. Is that like other side of the world for him?
It's only about 18,000 kilometers.
18,000 kilometers. Very small thing. um, and so of course that also includes leaving my family over there, and yeah, like all my culture, my not my culture. I still have my culture with me, my family with me too. But I mean, like all the good stuff that I am very used to, like the food, are like left behind there. I verbalize my feelings more. I don't make tampo anymore, right? Do I?
I don't know, you tell me.
I don't like. I am more like because this is why I'm mad at you, or like I tend to say that. I don't just keep it to myself. I don't do that anymore.
And why is that change?
Because first of all, he will not
I won't put up with a tempo.
put up. Yeah, he will not.
I will not tolerate a tempo.
Yes.
To me, it is childish and manipulative.
So, and after I learned that, oh, it's better to talk than, excuse me, to talk what frustrates you right away than to keep it to yourself, and it will make you feel better quickly. And
As long as you do it in a positive way,
Yeah.
without yelling or screaming.
like we never yell. Have we yelled at each other? I don't think we've
No.
yelled. Yeah.
Not in the 4 years.
This might sound very bad, but he's stable and he supports me with when I got here. I couldn't work, so he support both of us. And then I needed to work on my nursing license, so he supported me with that. He supported me even with my even until today or yesterday. We went to my new job location and he drove me there. And things like that. Then you might think very simple, but
To make sure that you know how to get there,
and
where to go when you got there,
and know where to park and things
how to
like
get
that.
there, how to get home.
Yeah, what to expect on the road and things like that. He like basically prepped me. I don't worry much. I still worry like my family, but like I should say living comfortably.
Anyways, that was the last question. You
Oh,
can relax now.
it was
It went longer than I thought it was going to go.
How long
But-
is it?
But I do want to let you guys know I was being quiet there and letting her kind of shake, and she kept trying to come to me for affirmation there because she did not know what the questions were.
No, I didn't.
I did not prepare her for any of these questions. So they were all thrown at her, and all of this was a raw response that she gave with her own thought process.
That's why.
And I wanted to hide any sort of like real emotion or anything like that coming from me as much as possible, but I couldn't help myself but trying to help her out and trying to find the words sometimes.
Yes, you need it if you're married to a Filipino.
So, but it is her genuine response to these sorts of questions and what her interpretation of that was. We can reverse this, and I can go through a similar interview, if not the same interview, at another point, if that is something that you guys want, so you can see a Westerner's point of view and perspective of similar things. Because our styles of life between the Philippines and the United States are very different.
Yeah, very.
And I married a Filipina and looked outside of my country because I was disfranchised. I was not happy with what the prospects were here in the United States. It was, at the least I could say, it was a miserable experience trying to date, court, be in a relationship with American women. And it wasn't, I did a lot of self-reflection. She struggled with the question, but after each one of my relationships, and there were many because we are a lot more casual with that here in the West, I tried to do some self-reflection for self-improvement and even try to alter my taste on what type of woman I was going to go after, whether she be a little bit more shy or extroverted. I went across the board and it was universally miserable. So immediately upon meeting Irish here, it was a world of difference. And I am a very blessed, very happy man to have met my wife.
Aww.
Anyways, Annyeong, goodbye. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. See ya. Yeah.